Coming to Canada for me, it has opened eyes for me.
She left Kenya an economist and ended up a fashionista.
When you come, be ready to adjust.
Yes, find out how this former banker ended up starting her own fashion business abroad and what it takes to succeed in this cutthroat industry. Plus, how she's using her position to give back to her motherland.
We are working with tailors and they are in Isili. We have others that are in Kitengela.
Wow, hello there again. This is Daring Abroad and coming to you from Vancouver in Canada, and I've met a Kenyan who's been living in Canada for 27 years. 27 years, right?
I tell you,
yeah.
It's been 27 years.
Yes, and her name is Njogu. Umekuwa mwenyeji sasa.
Ni mwenyeji lakini we have not forgotten Swahili.
Swahili, unaona?
Sahau bado sisi ni mwenyeji.
So, Jen Njogu has been working in the non-profit sector, you know, and as well as doing business here in Canada. So through her eyes, we'll understand how is it living in Canada and doing business in Canada. And she's a great, one of the community leaders here who works hard to bring Kenyans together. So karibu sana, Jen.
Asante sana.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
we've
very
been
much.
talking on WhatsApp, on phone, and here we meet in Canada. So tell us exactly, let's begin with your journey. How did you end up in Canada? And when was this?
I came in Canada in 1996.
1996, May.
1996 with my little children, 11, 6 and 4-year-olds. And yeah, and we landed actually in Vancouver here in British Columbia. And yeah, and then I was always a businesswoman, so I was always doing business in Canada as well as Kenya. I used to travel back and forth. And then just bring in containers and curios and bring them here and wholesale them, and also go into festivals and travel all throughout the year for actually right through summer into Christmas time. So that's what I've done, and I've done that and also did it in Europe as well for a very, very long time. And then I relocated here just in search of a better, greener pastures.
So before you relocated to Canada, you used to come for business.
Yes.
Here and there, bringing curios,
Yeah.
attending business and going back home.
Yes, I did that, yes.
Okay.
I did that actually while I used to work at KCB. So I used to be the head of international trade. And that is where I learned about import and export because we had clients, customers that were doing that. And so just learning what they do, I also kind of learned something from that and started my own import-export business. And what we were doing was actually sending French beans to Holland. And I did that while I was in Kenya while still working. I came on a work permit because I came here on and off on a work permit, and we would do these shows, like cultural shows, and showcasing really Kenya to the world, which is exactly what we did in Europe through a Kenya External Trade Authority. My sisters lived here, and I challenged them to start the business, and so I became their supplier. We decided to open a shop, and so we had a shop in White Rock, in a beach. And we did that for over 5 years. And then we relocated to another shop and then relocated to a mall. So we were sort of just going back and forth, doing curios. But then when we came here, we expanded. As we met other people, we were challenged to look at other products because our clients kept telling us, well, I already have the giraffe. What else do you have? So we had to think outside the box. And so we were challenged to go to other countries. So I started traveling to Indonesia and doing our own line of clothing, expressions designs. So we would design here and we would get them done in Indonesia.
You really traveled around the world.
Yes, we traveled to Switzerland, we traveled to Portugal, to Spain, to France, to Italy, all over Europe. So then I came here, I traveled in the US and mostly in Canada now. It was very challenging because we came here, we had university degrees, nobody knew, nobody asked, like, degree, where are there universities? They asked us questions like, do you ride elephants or do you ride giraffes? You know, those questions. That's what we were facing every day. So nobody expected us to have an education so that they could give us a job.
They thought you are from some uncivilized village somewhere in Africa.
We had to come together. And so we started coming together in my house, actually. I'm the founder of Daughters of Hope, one of the founders. So we started to meet as women to pray because now this thing is too much. The problems were too much. We had the education, we had the qualifications, but nobody recognized them. So we had to do something. So we met and we started to pray. And in that prayer, we would share ideas. Oh, I found out this, I found out this, I found out this. So one of the ladies, who's actually my sister, she decided to apply a job for on-call in a bank. Even though she has a degree from this country, she couldn't find work. So she just said, you have to start from scratch, take whatever you can. You know, don't ignore small things, just take it. And I know it's hard for men, because men, when they have their master's degrees and whatever, it's very difficult for them to adjust. But for us women, we were willing to take cleaning jobs because we knew cleaning wasn't our destination. We knew we were going somewhere. It's a route to somewhere. I'm very, 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 very passionate about supporting other people, and especially the low income and people who are just struggling. So especially women are my passion. So I thought, why don't I go to Kenya and look at the tailors and what they make? And I found they make amazing things. So we thought, you know, they make amazing clothes. Why don't we start marketing that for them? And so now we are working with tailors who are making our own styles, which we bring them and we showcase them.
The tailors are in Kenya?
The tailors are in Kenya.
So you're supporting livelihoods back home in Kenya? We are supporting livelihood in Kenya. We are supporting livelihoods in Kenya.
Currently, we work with 5 or 6, and they are in Isili.
Isili,
Yeah, Isili is where they are. And we have others that are in Kitengela.
Tell us more about the Kenyan community.
So we began a non-profit called Daughters of Hope.
Daughters of Hope
Resources Society. It was an international community association. And we just challenged ourselves and said, we are here, what can we do back home? So we linked up with St. Anna, a daycare. It's a society that was started by Bishop and Mrs. Mahiaini in Murang'a. They were our bishops in Nakuru. So we were challenged to support them, support the work they did. And we sponsored children who now are in universities and colleges. And we started thinking, how can we who are here
give back home?
Give back home. So we started to do dinners here, fundraising dinner. We understood their needs. They told us what their needs are. We helped them build a boys' hostel in Murang'a. Because the kids could not go home, they couldn't stay home with the grandparents. And then we also supported them with clothing. We supported them with a social enterprise. We gave them sewing machines so that they could start something that can not only be, can create income, but also become something that can teach the kids what to do.
Well done. So much has changed from the time you came 27 years ago and now. So would we say it's a little easier? You can get a professional job easily, or what would you advise someone who is aspiring to come to Canada and be like you, Jen?
What I suggest to anybody who comes is when you come, be ready to adjust. So don't come and be so focused, I was an engineer, I have to be an engineer, or I was a lawyer, I have to be a lawyer. Come in and start to look, where are the niche jobs? Which are the jobs? This is what I tell my children. Which are the jobs that will make a demand of you? So that they will always call you. Because one of the things you have to remember is you always have to jump the race, whatever. You're black.
Obstacle,
And there's nothing we can help about it. But regardless of that, then you find out jobs. Like, for example, I encourage people to go into nursing. Because so many of these baby boomers here, they are aging. And because Canadians are not giving birth, they will never have enough people in the health fields.
Yeah, but we hear, I mean, you've heard currently that there's so the story back home is there are jobs. So Canada wants people, there are jobs. Let's go. Is that the reality of the ground?
No, it's not true. It's not true. Right now, the non-profit that we're working with, Daughters of Hope, we are inundated by refugee claimants from Kenya. They are sleeping in the streets, they are sleeping in the parks. Because the
Kenyans
agents,
who come and they find themselves on the streets.
they were told, they were misinformed. They were told that you can change your visitor visa into a work visa. And it is not true. It is not true.
It's not true.
No, it's not true. You cannot change your visitor visa into a work visa. You can't.
There are those who are told, just land there.
Yeah.
Ukifika tu umeland,
Utapata kazi.
utapata kazi.
It's not true. It's not true. The systems here work, the law works. I'd suggest just follow the law.
Those are very vital lessons we've learned from you. Education is key as one of the sure bets. Or if you have a work permit, get it really through the legal, proper way to get a work permit and not gamble through visiting.
Gamble, I would never encourage anybody to come as a visitor and try and change. Because it's going to be very hard, because you have to lie and you have to lie and cover the lie with another lie and another lie and another lie. And it can be quite difficult. A big challenge.
Okay. So what has Canada taught you, Jen?
Well, coming to Canada for me, it has opened eyes for me in terms of creativity, but my creativity is thinking, how do I give back home? That's where my heart is, because I look at it as a story of Joseph. We are here, we are the Josephs. God has placed us here. But we need not forget where we came from. And if we can be empowered here, we can also help the other people at home be empowered.
Wow.
So that is what my passion is whatever I learn here, I can transport it home and hopefully it can change.
Unity Homes is a housing developer, and we focus on creating high-grade investment properties. We were founded in 2015 really with the aim of producing high-quality homes at an affordable price. At present, we have 3 projects ongoing within Tartu City. Silver Hill is a passion project. I love that London-style architecture. The ground floor is a dining room, living room, open-plan kitchen. It's got an electric fireplace. The whole thing opens up into your own private garden. We've got a gym, we've got a swimming pool, we've got a sauna, we've got a business centre, but we've also got a private park. I would urge anybody who's watching this, whether you're in the diaspora, whether you're in Kenya, you should get in touch with us. We make sure that these are pleasant places to bring up families.